Okay, here we go. We're gonna draw something pretty cool, I think. So I dabble a little bit in 3D, and I taught myself Blender years ago. I'm not super duper great at it, but I feel like, I'm still getting the hang of it. Anyway, I am working on, let me show you. I'm gonna blow this up a little bit. Let me just increase this. I think you can get a hint of what we're going to draw today, but I'm making this larger because I want to show you this video. This is a render of a scene I'm working on in Blender just for fun, playing around with game textures. I started playing Minecraft on my phone and it's so much fun. I enjoy Minecraft and it got me thinking I could draw this. And so for fun, I've been drawing these little textures, which you can see a few of them on my iPad here. But here's the scene that I've made in Blender using these textures. And it's missing a couple of things. I've added a couple more textures to it since this render. And I wanted to draw at least one more here with you. And that is going to be lava. Let's draw some lava today. Let's do that. So I've got some inspiration here that we'll be working from. So yeah, these are the textures that I've been playing around with, that I've drawn just in the last couple of days for fun. And I think they've turned out pretty well. And I'm going to draw one more uh, here. And I want to do lava. Lava is tough. There are so many, I don't know, like there's layers to this. And I want to show you I'll walk through like some of the processes I've been going through creating the style of these textures and what I do to get them ready for this Blender scene. So here are some of the inspirations that I've got. And I just pulled these randomly off of Pinterest. I like this. Um, I may do something similar, but I really like these stones kind of with the glowing lava around them. I may do something similar to that. And I like these shapes, but I also really like the glow. I like the way that they have done the glow where it's mostly yellow with a little bit hint of red. Okay, and that's the last item. So I think something similar to this, but with more lava. Okay, so we're gonna do more lava. So this is what I have been doing. Let me just scoot some things around so I can see you. Here's how I have been approaching this. I have been adding a drawing guide with symmetry and rotational symmetry. Now, there are a bunch of tutorials online on how to create repeating patterns in Procreate. And I'm not going to go over all of that in detail, but I mean, that definitely applies here. I'm using actually just one of the default brushes that comes with Procreate this time, not my custom brushes, which are linked in the comments or the description. Go and check out my custom brushes, but I'm just using some default brush. This is the Huntsman pencil brush from the Procreate library. Uh, I'm gonna start out by let me block out. You know what I'm gonna do? Yeah, I'm gonna keep the drawing assistant on this time, and I may. let me change this guide. So I have it in quadrants at the moment, but I think I'm just going to split this in half. You have so many options here, and they're all very cool for different purposes. But I think for this one, I'll just split it in half. And what this will do is it mirrors what I draw on the other side. And I have rotational symmetry on, which means it copies and then rotates it, right? Copies and rotates, which is cool. It gives you a cool little effect here. And we're going to create some rocky shapes, just some random blobby shapes. And I want to leave gaps here on purpose. And I think I will, let me see, I'll do something like this and I will go back and alter some of this later. No, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this similar to the other ones that I've made. Let's yeah, let's do something like that. Okay. So already you can kind of see the shapes that I'm working with here for this lava. And just kind of fill these in a little bit. Oh, there we go. Okay, so now that I have these basic shapes blocked in, all right, now we're going to turn on Drawing Assistant, and I'm going to lighten this up a little bit. And I see from this reference, they've got kind of here in the middle where the heat is mostly concentrated, is where it's brightest. So I'm going to do this in layers here. There will be many, many layers. Here we go. Okay, now we're starting to get somewhere, right? We're starting to get somewhere. There's going to be more. So let's add another layer with Drawing Assistant. We will step this up a little bit and add some more highlights and really brighten this up. Okay. Yeah, look, that's starting to look like something. Now that's pretty fun. Yeah, I like it. Okay. I'm gonna go on the upper layer here and let me get um a lighter color. Let me see if this is gonna work. I think it will. I think it will. And I kind of like how this reference image has like this chiseled look to these rocks. So they have kind of a hard edge going on here. And I'll try and emulate some of that with these. And these are going to have multiple layers as well. The highlights on these rocks. All right. Good. Uh, this is great. This is really good. Okay. I mean, look, it's starting to look like something here. Okay, I'm going to add another layer. Add drawing assistant, turn multiply on, and let's add some darker shadows. Let's see if this is going to, that might be too much. Let's change this to normal and go. Oh, let's see what this color does. No, maybe we'll just change the opacity a little bit on. Yeah, that might work. That might work. And what I want to do, let's add a clipping mask to keep it to just these stones. It's subtle, but I think that's going to be okay. Yeah, I think that's all right. Let me play around with. Ooh, if I increase that a little bit, I think that helps. I think that helps. So let's add this and maybe add a bit of a highlight here. And I'm going to go with maybe something like this, even. Let's see if that's too much. Hmm, that might be too much. Let's go maybe something like this, like a pink. Yeah, I think that'll work. That gives us a nice little highlight there. I think those are reading pretty well, like a rock, like molten lava. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And I may do a video later because it takes a little while to set up this texture in the scene and render it out. So I may have to show you guys later what that's going to look like. The way I do these YouTube videos is very like you may have noticed, but it's very just super low production because it's what I've got time for. With everything going on in my life, I don't have time to edit a lot, but that is all right. This is what we got. This is what we're doing. All right, nearly done, nearly done. Here we go. How's that looking? I mean, that's not bad. I may pull the opacity. I just think maybe that's a little intense. Let me see if I pull that down. Ooh, I kind of like it closer to that. Yeah, when I shrink it down, that looks much better. That looks much better. And then the glowing of the lava, I think I will do one more really light, really very light. Oh, yeah, look at that. That's some hot lava. I have not been making my textures, repeating tile textures. Uh, I thought about it and I may go back. Yeah, I may go back and make them repeatable. But up until now, I was so excited. I wanted to get started. And I don't know why. I really don't know why. Um, yeah, I may go back and change that. But as of right now, these are not necessarily tileable. Like they don't repeat. Oh, look at that. That's turned out pretty well. I like the way that looks at scale. Um, okay, so what I may do, what I have been doing since they're not tileable is I will go change this to multiply and I will change my drawing guide to quadrant and kind of add like this little rounded rounded vignette around the edges. Which is kind of fun. Look at that. That's so cool. And that may be a little much, actually. Let me pull that back. At least erase around some of these rocks. Even this guy, I think, this little dude. Ooh, yeah, yeah, I like that. That's gonna be it for now. I think that's gonna do it. Maybe I'll do just one more. I need to change my guide back to uh, a little, what do you call that? Just change the drawing guide a little bit and maybe add some small. Is that too much detail? That might just be too much. And it's hard to know when to stop sometimes. This may be too much, but I like the little details. Mm, here we go. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Okay, let's pull the opacity down because I don't like how strong it is, but I do like that effect. Look at that. That's a great lava texture. All right, that's gonna be it. I'll do a separate video showing what my whole scene looks like, adding all of these textures. I think I've got maybe 14, 15 different textures that I've drawn. Um, just for fun. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that you learned something. If you did, if you got anything out of this video, if you like the work that I do, there's a few ways that you can support what I'm doing. There's the obvious free stuff. You can like and comment and share, watch this video. Uh, and if you really want to support what I'm doing, you can download my custom brushes for Procreate. It helps out. It's just a little bit of, it's kind of like buying me a coffee or two. I think I forget what I priced them at, but they're very reasonable. You get dozens of brushes that I put a lot of time into crafting, and I enjoy using them. I use them in my own commercial work, and I think that you would really enjoy playing around with them. Um, I love doing this stuff. And if you guys enjoy this, let me know what you would like to see next. If you want me to talk about anything related to art, if there's something you want to learn, let me know. I read your comments and I'm really excited to talk about this stuff. But until the next one, I will see you in the next video.